The mercenaries' arrival, the dusty sky of the small human outpost on planet Vala was quiet. But inside the command center, a warning alarm suddenly rang. A ship was coming down fast, small black craft burning at the edges. The human guards ran outside, their weapons ready. They had seen many strange visitors before, but this one felt different. The ship landed hard, kicking up dirt and smoke. The door hissed open slowly, revealing a tall figure in battered armor. Her armor was scratched, scorched, and dented, but it still looked advanced. She stepped forward with a limp, holding a staff-like weapon tightly. Her face was hidden behind a dark helmet with a crack running across it. The human commander stepped out carefully. "Who are you?" he asked. The figure didn't answer at first. Then she spoke in a quiet but firm voice. "I need sanctuary," she said. "I have enemies close behind." The commander signaled the guards to lower their weapons, but they stayed alert. The alien woman's armor glowed faintly at some spots. Maybe it was damaged, maybe dangerous. Her helmet tilted as if she was scanning them. Then she took a deep breath and added softly, "No peeking, human. I will explain, but not here." That strange warning made the commander hesitate. Why did she sound so shy and careful? Was she hiding something under her outfit? Before he could speak again, the base's radar officer shouted from inside, "Commander? Multiple enemy ships approaching fast, 10 minutes away." The alien woman flinched, looking toward the darkening sky. "They've found me," she whispered. Her body trembled, but she held her weapon close. The commander realized this wasn't just any visitor. She was running from something dangerous, and now her danger was their danger too. "Follow me," the commander said quickly. She nodded and limped after him into the base as they walked. The commander noticed how she kept her hands on her armor at all times. It was as if she feared the armor falling apart, exposing her. Her posture was proud, but something about her made her seem almost embarrassed. Her armor might have protected her body, but it couldn't hide the way she blushed whenever a human soldier looked at her too closely. He wondered again, what was she hiding beneath that outfit? Why was she so desperate to keep them from seeing? Inside the main hall, the commander asked her again, "Who are you? Why are they chasing you?" The alien mercenary looked around nervously. She reached up and touched the cracked helmet but didn't remove it. Her voice softened. "Please. I will explain, but I must repair my armor first. No one can see me like this." Her words were strange, her tone almost pleading. It was not what he expected from a warrior. Before he could press her for more answers, the radar officer's voice came through the speaker again. "Enemy ships now entering atmosphere. 5 minutes away." The alien mercenary froze for a moment, then whispered, "I don't have much time." Her hands trembled as she pulled a small device from a hidden pouch in her armor. She placed it on the table, which was some kind of high-tech module glowing with strange alien runes. "This is what they want," she said quietly. "This device can change everything." The commander stared at it, confused. "What is it? What does it do?" The alien mercenary shook. Her head, her face hidden, but her voice heavy with fear. "Too dangerous to explain here. But if they take it, your people, my people, all will be at risk." The commander's instincts kicked in, whether she was lying or not. They had no choice. An attack was coming fast. "Get her to the medical bay." He ordered 2 soldiers, prepared defenses. The alien mercenary followed the guards, but kept glancing back before turning the corner. She looked at the commander one last time and whispered again, "No peeking, human. Not yet." Her words echoed in his mind as the sirens wailed louder. Who was this blushing, armored alien? Why was she so afraid to be seen? And what secret did her outfit hide that made her run to a human outpost, hunted and desperate? The commander felt a chill run down his spine as he watched her disappear into the shadows of the base. The sky outside rumbled as the enemy ships descended fast. War was about to begin. At the center of it all was a shy, blushing alien mercenary who begged for privacy and trust. The secret under the armor, the human soldiers led the alien mercenary down the long, cold hallway toward the medical bay. Her steps were slow, careful, her body stiff with tension. Even though her armor was broken and heavy, she kept clutching it tightly. Her helmet stayed down, hiding her blushing face from every curious gaze. Every time a soldier looked her way, she whispered under her breath, "No peeking, human." Inside the medical bay, the doctor prepared his tools. But as soon as he approached her, she backed away quickly. Her weapon was still in her hand. Trembling slightly, "I'll treat your wounds," the doctor said gently. "You're hurt. Badly." But the alien mercenary shook her head fast. "No, you can't," she replied. "My armor. You must not remove it." The commander entered just in time to hear her words. He frowned, stepping closer. "Why?" he asked. "What are you hiding from us?" She hesitated for a long moment. Then, very slowly, she touched the side of her helmet with a soft click. The helmet unlocked, but she didn't take it off yet. Her voice became softer, almost sad. "I can't let anyone see. My true identity is a death sentence." The commander felt a deep curiosity growing inside him. What could be so dangerous about her face? Why did she sound so afraid of being seen when warships were already coming? Suddenly, the base shook. A deep boom came from above. Enemy attack starting. A voice called from the intercom. They had no more time for secrets. The commander grabbed the mercenary's arm. "If you want us to help you survive, you need to trust us," he said sharply. Her body tensed as she looked up at him. Even through the cracked visor, he could see her golden eyes glowing with fear and something else, maybe shame, maybe guilt. Then, finally, she nodded slowly, but she raised a finger, warning him. "You. Only you. But no peeking from others." The commander agreed, waving the doctor and soldiers away. The room was now quiet, just the two of them, with trembling hands. She sat down heavily on the bed. Her armor was fused into her skin, in many places burn marks and dried blood where it had melted. She carefully detached part of her chest plate, revealing glowing blue circuits underneath. The commander froze, staring at the strange mix of skin and machine. She was not just an alien mercenary, she was partly cybernetic. But then he saw something even stranger beneath the armor. On her exposed shoulder was a mark, a symbol that matched something he had seen long ago in classified human military files. It was the royal crest of an alien empire that had once ruled 3 star systems. A fallen empire that many thought extinct. The mercenary saw him staring, her face still hidden by her helmet tilted downward. "Now you know," she whispered, her voice shaking. "I am not just a soldier. I am the lost heir of the Valerian Empire." The commander's heart raced. This changed everything. If her enemies found out she was still alive, it wouldn't stop until she was dead. And now his base was caught in this storm. "Why did you come here?" he asked quietly. The mercenary reached inside her damaged armor and pulled out a small device, smooth, black, glowing faintly. This is what they want," she said. "A key to the vault of Valeria. A place where forbidden weapons and ancient power are hidden." She held it close, almost protectively. Her eyes behind the visor were full of fear, but also determination. "I can't let them take it, even if I have to die here." The commander stepped closer and placed a hand on her shoulder. "You won't die," he said firmly. "We will protect you. But we must work together." The mercenary's body trembled, her head lowering even more. Then, in a voice so soft it was almost a whisper, she said again, "No peeking. Human, but thank you." Suddenly, the door burst open. A Soldier ran in, breathless. "Commander, the enemy has landed outside the main gate." The commander looked at the mercenary. Her armor was half removed now, her secret exposed to him alone. But there was no more time for questions. "Can you fight?" he asked. She nodded slowly, pulling her armor back together as best she could. Her blush deepened, but her grip on her weapon was firm. "I will fight. But remember, no peeking." As they both rushed out of the room toward the battlefield, the commander realized this strange, blushing alien warrior was now the key to saving them all. Whatever she was hiding under that armor, it would have to wait, because war was here, and her enemies would show no mercy. Enemy ships in orbit. The sky above the human outpost was now filled with shadows. Enemy ships circled the area, their engines roaring like distant thunder. The ground trembled as the first blasts struck the outer walls, inside the command center. The human commander stood with the alien mercenary by his side. She clutched her weapon tightly, her half-damaged armor still hiding most of her body. But her eyes, golden and fierce, watched the enemy ships on the screen carefully. Her voice was steady, but her cheeks were still flushed. "No peeking, human," she reminded softly, even in this moment of danger. The commander couldn't help but glance at her. Despite her warning, curiosity burned inside him. Why was she so protective of her appearance? And why did she still blush, even now? An officer rushed in, panic on his face. "Commander, their leader demands we surrender the alien, or they will destroy us all." The commander looked at the mercenary. She took a deep breath, lowering her weapon slowly. "I can go out there," she said. "They want me, not your people." But the commander shook his head firmly. "No," he replied. "We protect those who ask for sanctuary, no matter what." The alien mercenary's blush deepened again. Her lips parted as if she wanted to say more, but stopped herself. Her heart was clearly touched, but fear still held her back. Suddenly, the outpost shook violently. An explosion rocked the east wall, sending dust falling from the ceiling. Enemy breach on the east side. A soldier called out. The commander grabbed a rifle and turned to the mercenary. "If you have any secret technology hidden under that armor, now is the time to use it." The alien mercenary hesitated. She looked down at her damaged armor and let out a shaky breath. "I do." But she began, her cheeks flushed even brighter. "If I activate it, my armor will unlock fully. You will see everything." The commander froze for a moment. Even with death approaching, she still cared so deeply about this strange secret. But there was no choice. This was a fight for survival now. "I won't peek," the commander said gently. His words made her smile faintly. Her fingers moved quickly across a hidden panel on her chest plate. Small blue lights blinked as her armor unlocked with soft clicks. Energy surged around her as a field generator inside the armor came to life. A shimmering blue shield spread across the walls, just in time to block a new wave of enemy fire. The soldiers cheered, but none of them could see her fully. The energy field cast a glowing veil around her, protecting her secret. Even though the armor plates were sliding apart, her body stayed hidden behind the strange glow. "No peeking." She whispered again, more to herself this time. Outside, enemy troops were landing fast. The commander gave the order, "All soldiers to positions. Hold them back at all costs." The alien mercenary stood beside him, her shield generator humming softly. She kept her head low, always adjusting her armor so no one could glimpse what she was hiding beneath, but her hands moved with confidence. Now she was no longer a fugitive, running from her past. She was fighting for a future. Then a voice crackled through the comm system. It was the enemy commander. His voice was cold, sharp. "We know who you are, Princess of Valeria. Disguise is useless. Surrender yourself now, and we may spare these humans." The alien mercenary's face tensed. Her secret was no longer a secret. The enemy knew exactly who she was. Her hands tightened into fists. The commander saw pain in her eyes, pain and determination. Her voice shook as she whispered, "They know. Now, everyone knows." The commander placed a hand on her shoulder. "You are safe here," he said calmly, "even if they know. We fight with you now." Her blush deepened one last time. She straightened her back. "I will not run again," she said. Proudly, she raised her weapon, her shield glowing bright. The soldiers took courage from her bravery. The alien mercenary who was once too shy to let them see her was now leading the defense of their home. Outside, enemy troops charged the gates, but inside, humans and their unlikely guest stood strong together. The battle was just beginning, but trust had finally been formed, even if her armor came off, even if her secret was exposed this time. She was not alone, and somewhere deep inside, she smiled quietly. No peeking, human. But thank you. Trapped together, the first wave of enemy soldiers crashed into the outer walls. Blaster fire lit up the night as humans and aliens fought fiercely at the gates. Inside the outpost, the commander and the alien mercenary moved quickly through. The smoke-filled corridors, a direct hit, had damaged the east side, forcing them to retreat deeper underground, down here. The commander called, leading her into a narrow tunnel beneath the base. The tunnel was dark and quiet. The only sound was the hum of her damaged armor and the distant echoes of battle. She limped slightly, one leg clearly injured but still moving. Her cheeks flushed red as she kept her arms crossed over her chest. Her armor had unlocked in the fight and no longer covered her fully. Her exposed skin glowed faintly under the tunnel lights, but still, she whispered over and over, "No peeking. Human, no peeking." The commander respected her wishes, even though curiosity burned inside him. He looked away whenever she adjusted her outfit. They stopped at a small maintenance room hidden deep underground. Here, they could rest, but only for a moment. The enemy soldiers would search every corner soon, as they caught their breath. The alien mercenary leaned against the wall. Her breathing was shallow, her eyes heavy. The damage to her armor had weakened her, but she still clutched the strange, glowing device that the enemy wanted so badly. The commander sat across from her, watching quietly. "Why does this device matter so much?" he asked finally. She hesitated, looking down at the device in her hands. "This is not just a key," she said softly. "It is also a symbol. Proof that I am who I say I am. The last heir of the Valerian Empire." Her words hung heavy in the air. The commander understood now why she was so careful, so shy. If anyone saw her true markings, they would know instantly that she was royalty, and some would see her as a target, while others might see her as a prize. She lowered her head, whispering again, "I've hidden for so long. Behind this armor, behind this helmet." Her hands trembled as she touched the cracked helmet still covering her face. "I never wanted anyone, not even you, to see me like this." The commander softened his voice. "You don't have to explain," he said gently, "but you are safe here. With me?" His words seemed to comfort her. She smiled faintly beneath her helmet. A blush crept across her cheeks once more. But before she could respond, a loud crash echoed above them. The enemy had entered the base they were searching, moving closer every minute. The commander stood quickly, checking his weapon. "We have to keep moving," he said firmly. But she reached out, grabbing his arm. Her grip was strong, but her voice trembled. "Wait, there's something else." She carefully removed a panel from her damaged chest plate, revealing another hidden device. This is a cloaking emitter," she explained. "It can hide us from their sensors, but only for a short time." The commander nodded, understanding the importance. But as she prepared to activate it, she hesitated again. Using the emitter required her to remove even more of her armor, exposing more of herself, her blush deepened, her whole body tense with embarrassment. She looked up at the commander, her golden eyes shining with trust and fear. "Promise me. No peeking," she whispered. He nodded without hesitation. "I promise," he said, turning his back to give her privacy. Behind him, he could hear the soft clicks and hisses as she unlocked her remaining armor plates. Her hands worked quickly, but nervously, even though they were trapped and surrounded. She still cared so deeply about hiding her appearance. After a few tense moments, she spoke again. "It's done. You can turn around." When the commander turned, he saw that she was now wearing only a thin protective layer, shimmering cloth that glowed faintly under the dim lights. Her armor lay scattered around her, but the device she carried was active. A field of invisible energy now surrounded them both. "We're cloaked," she said softly. "They won't find us here, for now." The commander sat down beside her as the enemy footsteps passed above them. For the first time since she arrived, there was a strange calm between them. They sat close together, their shoulders almost touching. The alien mercenary lowered her head, her blush still visible through the dim light, but she whispered softly, almost like a secret just for him, "Thank you for not peeking." The commander smiled gently. He didn't understand everything about this strange, blushing alien mercenary. But he knew one thing now. They were trapped together, and trust was growing between them with every moment. Even as the enemy searched for them above, a bond was forming that would not break. Outside, war still raged, but down in the shadows, a human and an alien mercenary shared silence, trust, and the promise of survival. And in that moment, she felt safe for the first time in a long time. The hidden truth, the silence in the underground tunnel, felt heavy. The cloaking device kept the human commander and the alien mercenary hidden. But time was running out. Above them, enemy soldiers searched room by room, their boots echoing across the metal floors. The alien mercenary sat on the cold ground, her shoulders tense. Her armor lay in pieces around her, but she still clutched the strange glowing device tightly. Even though her armor was gone, she kept the shimmering cloth wrapped carefully around her body. Her cheeks stayed red as she kept whispering softly, "No peeking, human." The commander respected her wish, but he knew they couldn't stay hidden forever. He sat beside her, his rifle resting across his knees. His curiosity about her secret was stronger than ever, but so was his respect. He waited quietly until she finally spoke. "I never wanted this life," she began. Her voice was soft and distant, as if she was remembering a faraway time. "I was born on a golden world, a princess of a powerful empire. But my people fell in war." The commander listened carefully. This was the first time she had spoken openly about her past. She continued slowly. "When the empire fell, I escaped as a child, hidden by loyal guards. But they told me one thing: never let anyone see my markings. Never let anyone know who I really am." She gently pulled back part of the cloth on her shoulder, revealing a glowing mark on her skin. Even in the dim light, the symbol shined bright, a swirling design made of silver and blue lines. The commander recognized it at once. It was the royal crest of Valeria, the lost empire, the empire that once ruled 3 systems with unmatched power. Her voice trembled as she spoke again. "This mark. It means I am the last Valerian royal. If my enemies find me, they will kill me to erase my bloodline forever." The commander felt a surge of sympathy for her. All this time, her embarrassment, her blushing, her strange warnings, it wasn't just about modesty. It was fear. Fear that anyone who knew her true identity would either betray her or try to control her. He spoke gently. "You have nothing to fear from us," he said. His words made her eyes glisten softly. She nodded slowly. "Your kindness." "It's strange to me," she whispered. "I have always run from everyone, always hidden, But now, you protect me, even though I bring danger to your people." Suddenly, the cloaking device flickered. A warning light blinked red. The device was running out of power. "We have to move soon," the commander said urgently. But before he could stand, a loud explosion above them rocked the tunnel. Debris rained down, dust filled the air. A large piece of metal blocked the tunnel's only exit. They were trapped. The commander coughed. Brushing dirt from his face, he turned to the alien mercenary, who sat still, staring at the blocked path. Her blush deepened again, but then something inside her seemed to change. She straightened her back and looked him directly in the eyes. Her golden eyes glowed with determination. "The truth is out now," she said softly. "They know who I am. And soon, so will your soldiers." She carefully removed her helmet at last. Her face was beautiful, delicate, and glowing faintly with alien light. But it was also scarred from battles. Her long silver hair fell around her shoulders, shining. In the dim tunnel light, her cheeks were still blushing, but her expression was calm. "I can't hide anymore," she said firmly. "No more secrets. No more running." The commander felt respect for her bravery. He spoke with a reassuring tone. "Then we fight together." "As equals," he said. His words made her smile gently. For the first time since she arrived, she seemed truly at peace with herself. Suddenly, a soft beeping came from her device. She picked it up quickly, her eyes narrowing. This device. "It's not just a key. It can also create a way out. But I need time to activate it." The commander nodded. "I will hold them off," he said. She blushed again, but nodded with trust. "Thank you, human." She whispered, "No peeking." "But thank you." As enemy soldiers finally found the tunnel entrance, the commander took position near the rubble. The alien mercenary worked fast, her fingers dancing across the strange, glowing device. Even though her secret was exposed now, she no longer seemed afraid. She was ready to face whatever came next, not as a fugitive, not as a blushing mercenary hiding in shame, but as the last princess of Valeria, standing side by side with a human who had earned her trust. The truth was no longer hidden. Her identity was revealed, and together, they would fight for survival. The bond between them was no longer a fragile thing. It was strong, forged in battle, and sealed with trust. As the enemy soldiers closed in, she smiled quietly. "Let them come," she whispered. "This time, I will not run." The final stand the tunnel shook again as enemy soldiers blasted through the upper levels. Dust and broken metal fell from above, but deep underground. The human commander and the alien mercenary were calm. Their eyes met briefly, both knew. This was it, the final stand. The alien mercenary knelt beside the strange glowing device in her lap. Her slender fingers moved quickly across its smooth surface. It pulsed with blue light, soft and steady. She whispered, mostly to herself, "This will open a passage, but it needs a few more minutes." Her armor was gone now, lying in pieces around her. The shimmering cloth wrapped around her body barely hid the royal crest glowing faintly on her shoulder. Her cheeks stayed flushed, but she no longer looked embarrassed. Instead, she seemed determined, proud even. "No more hiding," she said softly. "No more running." The commander stood guard near the collapsed tunnel entrance, his rifle ready, listening carefully. He could hear the enemy soldiers setting up explosives. They were minutes away from breaking in. He turned back to her. "Can the device really save us?" he asked. She nodded firmly. "Yes. It will create a portal, an escape route." Then her voice softened again. "But there's one problem," she said quietly. Her golden eyes flickered with worry. "It will only work for one of us." The commander froze. Her meaning was clear. Only one could escape. She was offering him a choice: escape and survive, or stay and fight alongside her, without hesitation. He knelt beside her and placed a hand on her shoulder. "We both stay," he said firmly. We fight together until the end." The alien mercenary blushed deeply at his words. Her heart raced, but not from fear this time. She smiled. Small but genuine, for a human. "You are surprising," she whispered. Above them, the final explosion rocked the tunnel. The wall cracked and a small opening appeared. Enemy soldiers' voices echoed down into the tunnel. "They're down here. Move!" They shouted. The commander raised his rifle and looked back at the alien mercenary. "Are you ready?" he asked. She stood slowly, wrapping the shimmering cloth tightly around her body. Her bare shoulders glowed softly in the dim light, but she no longer tried to cover. "The royal mark. I'm ready," she said. "No peeking. Human. But I'm ready." As the enemy soldiers stormed through the gap, the commander opened fire. Blaster bolts lit up the dark space. The alien mercenary joined the fight, her weapon glowing with alien energy. Her movements were graceful and precise. Even with no armor, she fought like a true warrior. The battle inside the tunnel was fierce. But side by side, the human and alien mercenary held their ground. Their bond was unspoken but strong. Every glance, every movement was in sync. They trusted each other completely now. The device in her hands glowed brighter. The portal was nearly ready, but she didn't activate it. Not yet. She fought and fought hard. As though she had already made her choice, even as enemy soldiers kept coming, she stayed beside the commander. The commander realized she would rather fight and fall than escape alone. His respect for her deepened even more. This shy, blushing alien who had once begged him not to peek was now the bravest warrior he had ever met. The enemy commander appeared. In the tunnel, a tall, armored figure with a cruel smile. He pointed at the alien mercenary and shouted, "Surrender now, Princess of Valeria. We have you surrounded." She stepped forward calmly. Her blush was still on her cheeks, but her golden eyes burned with defiance. "Not today," she said softly. Her fingers danced over the device, and in an instant, the portal opened. Swirling vortex of blue light, the enemy commander raised his weapon to fire. But the human commander acted first. He leaped between them, shielding the alien mercenary with his own body. Blaster fire struck his shoulder, but he didn't fall. He kept fighting. He fought for her not as a princess, not as an alien, but as his ally. The alien mercenary's eyes glistened with emotion. "No peeking." "But thank you, human," she whispered again. Then she made a bold choice. She threw the device into the tunnel wall. The portal collapsed, but the blast created a powerful shockwave. Enemy soldiers were thrown backward, stunned. The human and alien mercenary used the moment to retreat deeper into the tunnels. Together, wounded but alive, they kept moving. The battle wasn't over, but they had survived the final stand. And somewhere inside, the alien mercenary felt something she had never known before. She felt safe, not because of armor, but because of trust. Her cheeks still blushed, but it no longer mattered. The commander had proven himself worthy, not just of trust, but of her loyalty. In the darkness, she whispered one last time, "No peeking, but you've earned my respect." A new beginning. The tunnel grew darker as the human commander and the alien mercenary moved deeper underground. Their footsteps echoed softly, the distant sounds of enemy soldiers fading behind them. For the first time since she arrived, the alien mercenary allowed herself to relax. Her cheeks still glowed with a faint blush. But she didn't hide her face anymore. Her silver hair flowed freely down her back, shining softly in the dim light. Her royal crest glowed gently on her bare shoulder. Mark she no longer tried to cover. The commander walked beside her. Wounded but strong, he admired her quiet courage. Her grace under pressure, even when she blushed. Even when she whispered no peeking, she had shown more bravery than many soldiers he had ever known. Finally, they reached a hidden chamber deep below the outpost. Ancient walls lined with Glowing alien symbols surrounded them. The alien mercenary stopped and placed her hand gently on the wall. "This is it," she whispered. "The secret chamber of my ancestors. It was hidden here all along." The wall shifted, opening slowly to reveal a small room filled with strange devices. In the center, a control panel glowed faintly. The alien mercenary approached it carefully. "This panel. It can deactivate their ships," she said softly. "If we use it, the enemy will lose power and we can retake the surface." The commander smiled gently. "You held this secret the whole time?" he asked. She nodded, her blush deepening slightly. "I didn't trust anyone before," she admitted. Her golden eyes met his, warm and grateful. "But you proved yourself human. You protected me, even when you could have walked away." The commander stepped closer. "We fought together," he said simply, "and we'll finish this together with steady hands." She activated the control panel. A soft hum filled the chamber as ancient systems came to life. Above them, enemy ships shuddered in the sky. Their engines flickering, the soldiers in the outpost lost contact with their command ships. Confusion spread quickly among the invaders. The balance of power had just shifted. The commander looked at the alien mercenary with pride. Her face was calm, her blush gentle. No longer filled with shame, but with quiet confidence. For the first time in her life, she was in control, not running, not hiding, outside. Human soldiers cheered as the enemy began to retreat. The sky cleared, and the outpost was safe once again. The alien mercenary turned to the commander, her voice soft but full of emotion. "I thought I would never belong anywhere again," she said, "but you gave me a place. You gave me trust." The commander smiled. "And you gave us hope," he replied. "You're part of this now. No more running." She took a deep breath, her golden eyes shining. Her blush returned, but this time it was different. It was warmth, not embarrassment. She stepped closer to him and whispered playfully, "Maybe now you can peek a little." The commander laughed softly for all they had faced together, the danger, the fear. The final stand, this quiet moment, felt like the greatest victory. They walked back to the surface together. Side by side, the sun was rising over the outpost, casting golden light across the damaged buildings. Human soldiers watched them return, some staring in awe at the alien woman who had saved them all. But she held her head high, her royal crest shining proudly on her shoulder. The human commander raised his voice, addressing the gathered soldiers. "This is no longer a fugitive," he declared. "This is an ally and a hero." The alien mercenary blushed again, but did not look away. Her gaze met every soldier's eyes without fear. They accepted her not as an outsider, but as one of their own. That day, a new chapter began. The alien mercenary who once hid behind armor and whispered no peeking now stood proudly in the sunlight. Her secret was no longer a burden, it was her strength. And the human commander who once wondered what she was hiding had become her trusted friend. Together, they rebuilt the outpost. Together, they prepared for whatever would come next. In the end, it wasn't about armor or secrets or fear. It was about trust earned, tested, and proven. As they stood together, watching the dawn break over the horizon, the alien mercenary smiled gently. "No peeking, human. But thank you," she whispered one last time. And this time, the words felt less like a warning and more like a joke between old friends. A new beginning had arrived, not just for her, but for all of them.